Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I asked you guys over on Instagram to let me know what you guys wanted to see as far as content goes for the end of the year, and hands down the number one thing that was requested was a video with my sisters. So we decided to do a little like cozy day at my house, and we are going to be putting together gingerbread houses. We have never done that, and we've always seen like people do it on Instagram and stuff, and we just think it looks so much fun. So we're gonna be doing that today. But to make it a little bit more fun, we are going to be answering y'all's scenario questions and just kind of giving our advice on that too. So just a little like Q&A style like chatty session a little bit later in this video. They're on their way, they're picking up lunch, so we can just go ahead and eat, and then we're gonna get to making the gingerbread houses. I wanted to show you guys what I'm wearing today first, because I have some really cute winter basics to share with y'all from Everlane. So thank you so much to Everlane for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I have 3 outfits to share with y'all, including some really good sweaters and jeans that are just perfect for your everyday wardrobe in the winter time. The thing I love about Everlane the most is just their quality. I think that that is mainly what they are known for, is just pieces that are made to last you for years to come, and they are so classic that they just will never go out of style, and they're also ethically produced. So first of all, I'm wearing the Cloud turtleneck in Heathered Chai. It is such a good fit, you guys. I'm wearing size small. It's longer in the back, so it's really nice and just covers up everything. It has this slit on the side, so it's like a nice slouchy fit. It is a higher up turtleneck, but I went ahead and folded it just so I could tuck my hijab in neatly, and it just looks super cute just with jeans. These are the cheeky jean, which I'm not really sure why they call it that, but they are pretty high-waisted, so maybe that's why. I just feel like they are such a good, modest, like straight cut fit. They're not like too figure hugging. I just think a lot of you guys will love, love, love this fit, and I love this sky blue color. So everything will be linked down below. Okay, here is the second look. Like I said, such good basic pieces. These are some wide leg black jeans with a raw hem. And it's kind of hard to see because they're black, but how freaking cute. These are called the way high jeans, so they are high-waisted. And like I said again, they're just such amazing quality. This is the oversized Stroopwafel Crew in bone. So it's this really nice kind of like off-white color. This is the last look, and it is probably my favorite, you guys, just because it is so incredibly comfortable. These are called the Super Soft Relaxed Jean, and let me tell you guys, these are the softest jeans I've ever experienced in my entire life. They are cuffed at the ends, but you can uncuff them and have them a little bit longer as well. I would personally size down one in these jeans because I did have to pin them in the back. I got my regular size 28 in all the jeans, and all of them fit me perfectly, except these were just a little bit big. So maybe size down one in these. But this is the oversized Alpaca Crew in the color Almond. I really love these kind of like balloon sleeves. I'll show you guys the length of it. This is size small. All of the sweaters that I've worn have been size small, and I feel like they've just fit me really, really well. And all the sweaters I've tried on have been not itchy whatsoever, and I'm extremely sensitive to any kind of wool or itchiness. So I will link all the pieces from Everlane down below in the description box. Highly, highly recommend if you're looking to invest in some really good high quality winter basics. Also want to mention this beautiful Oatmeal cashmere blanket. Everlane actually sent me 2 of these blankets, and since I don't need 2, I'm gonna go ahead and give away one to you guys. I will leave info on that little giveaway down below in the description box. It's not affiliated with Everlane, it's just from me. So thanks again to Everlane for sponsoring this portion of today's video. The girls are here.
Hello.
They brought some Zoe's Kitchen. Is it Zoe's or Zoe?
I think it's Zoe. No, I always say Zoe.
I know, but it's basically just like Mediterranean food.
Yeah, fake Arabic.
I know, fake Arabic food.
Yeah.
We're putting it on my fancy new dinnerware, even though it's takeout. Got some
that always makes it taste better if you put it on.
I know, exactly.
Did we all get the same thing? Yeah. Oh my god, it's my favorite.
We've got some chicken, what are these? Chicken kebabs
with rice and Greek salad.
Yum. Got some Perrier with sparkling water. Okay, we just ate. I could not film it because I had to breastfeed it while I was eating, so. But we just started craving hot chocolate. So we're gonna whip up some healthy hot chocolate right now. I have cacao powder, almond milk, maple syrup, the pure maple syrup, and a milk frother. And y'all told me about these ingredients.
Yeah, I made this the other day and it was really good. So I would put like
I'm just gonna wing these ingredients.
yeah, you can just wing it.
I'll just do like 3 cups because that's how much we're gonna drink. Then this is 2 tablespoons, so I'm just gonna put that. Start with that. This is a cacao powder, so we've added the sweetener. It smells so delicious. I wish we had some marshmallows to go with this.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be good? Or like whipped cream.
Or whipped cream or something, yeah. Okay, now it's good.
It is.
Yum.
Yeah, that was a good idea, Amanda.
Oh, seriously. I'm gonna get it with a ladle so that I don't spill this everywhere. Okay, how is it? It turned out, didn't it?
Good.
Does it?
It honestly tastes really, really good.
It's like not even, it doesn't even taste dairy free or
I don't
anything.
miss like the regular milk because like hot chocolate with regular milk kind of makes my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
So this one is so good.
So yummy. So I'll leave the ingredients down below that we used.
Lena is looking through the scenarios that you guys sent her for us to answer.
Yes, and there are some really juicy ones. There's actually probably like hundreds that I'm gonna have to scroll through and try to read really fast. So hopefully we can pick out some really good ones to answer for y'all. Elena will give her perspective as well.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Amanda finished putting these together for us. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And I went ahead and put all of our candy in the bowls so that we can just decorate while we answer y'all's questions, just so it's kind of like a little bit more mindless. But it was a lot easier to put these together with hot glue, wasn't it, Amanda?
Oh my gosh, yes.
This icing, I swear,
There's no way.
there's no way that would stick together like that. So
Yeah.
there's a little hack for you guys. But we're gonna go ahead, get ourselves comfy, get y'all's questions, and we'll get started. Okay, I know when you're married, you trust your husband to be loyal, etc., and you would have trust issues if you were looking through his phone.
Okay.
I completely trusted my husband, but one day I decided to check through his messages out of curiosity, and I discovered he was contacting prostitutes. So I confronted him by saying that I was going to write a message to him, but came across these texts.
Okay.
We talked and he agreed not to do it again. However, I just felt like maybe he would hide his tracks better next time. So a few weeks later, I looked through who he follows on Instagram and see that he follows nude women. I haven't confronted him yet. I have a 6-month-old with him and don't want this to end our marriage. What do I do? I'm thinking to ignore and monitor. Was I wrong to look through his phone in the first place, especially if I found this out? Sometimes I think this is just what men do. How would I confront him without telling him I looked through his phone? Recently, I've been looking at who he follows and then unfollowing them without him knowing. Oh no.
Well, first off,
I don't think you're wrong for looking
No.
through his phone.
And the other thing is, I don't think that's just how men are.
no,
at
that is
all.
not just how men are. Like,
No.
she doesn't need to accept that that's just something that men
No.
do. Because as a husband, like,
No,
it's
they
not
need to
something
be
she
held
should be
accountable.
doing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you looking through his phone.
No.
And I
And you probably
Okay.
had like a feeling.
there was
if you-
something that made her go through his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd randomly just be like, oh.
Let me check what he's been up to.
I mean, I just feel like if you have an open and honest relationship, there should be no like reason why it's bad to look through your partner's phone.
I mean,
just
I don't
even out of
know.
curiosity, like I take Omar's phone all the time. Like, hey, let me look, and then I look on my Instagram. I look.
I
on
go
his
through
Instagram.
Mama's text because I'm bored.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
like,
But I don't know. I don't ever say to Muhammad like, hey, give me your phone. I want to look through it.
oh no, it's not
Well,
like
no.
that. It's not like the intention of trying to find.
Yeah, but
something
like
or
if you
thinking
have
of
his
something.
phone, like
it's just like no big deal. It's
yeah,
like,
no, I agree.
what yours is mine, and what
Yeah.
yours is yours.
Like there's nothing to hide. And I feel like she's feeling guilty for looking through his phone. Like
I
she's
know,
like, did I do
whenever-
something wrong?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, her
No.
whole mentality I feel like is so sad because she's thinking that she's the one who did something wrong for looking through his phone when he's literally
That's
trying to get to
always-
the prostitute.
That's always the thing that the girl does. It's like once you find out something, you're like, okay, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, like, girl, it is not
It's
you.
not you. One,
And-
that's not a normal thing for your husband to be doing. I would definitely confront him, be open and honest, say I was looking through your phone because
I just don't trust you.
felt the need to do that because you've been secretive, because obviously he has, if that's what he's looking at.
Yeah.
And say, this is what I found. This is not acceptable in our marriage.
Maybe he needs some, like,
That's what I would do,
because that
too.
sounds like a problem. If it were me, I wouldn't really put up with something like that. I don't
No,
care if I have a
neither.
child, but I mean, I know that's way easier said than done.
Yeah. Ask yourself if it's worth working through that, because obviously you can work through your problems and, you know, maybe seek counseling, and if you both want to make it work,
You both have to want to make it work.
For her to just remember, like, it's not her. Like, she's not in
Obviously.
the wrong here. So
Oh my god, it's not her at all.
don't try and make yourself feel bad.
Okay, the next one is, I would like some advice on a tricky situation with my in-laws. I have been living with them for 3 years now, and alhamdulillah, thank God, have a good relationship with them. When I disagree with my mother-in-law, I keep it to myself and ignore the comments she makes so that peace can be maintained at home and my husband doesn't have to be in the middle. However, since the birth of my baby, in-laws are struggling to let go of the control aspect and always make digs when I want to spend time with my baby and I'm tending to my baby's needs. The other thing is my sister-in-law, who has 3 kids under 5, is always around even though she has her own house. I have spoken to my husband about needing privacy and my own space because it does get too much when everyone is always around, but he keeps saying it's better to wait, things will get better. However, I don't want relationships to be ruined and move out with everyone hating me in the end. I have suffered from postpartum depression because of this, and I'm honestly out of ideas on how to make things better for myself.
Is
So-
she living with them, or are they living with her?
Let's see. I have been living with them for 3 years now.
I wonder what the reason is. I mean, I know that is like a normal thing in a lot of cultures to live with your in-laws for.
And some people, they don't have a choice. They're waiting on,
Yeah.
you know,
She didn't say, so we don't
arrangements
know.
And she said that she does have a good relationship with them, but she just is saying it gets too much sometimes. And honestly, I can totally, oh my gosh, that would get too much for anyone, I feel like.
I think she deserves the time with her baby. Like, that's her baby.
Yeah.
I think you
know.
have to do what's best for your mental health. Like you said, like, for me, if I were in that situation, I would just make sure my in-laws knew I wasn't doing anything against them.
I think her husband needs to support her, and like, that's his wife, and she needs space and privacy as a family, and he needs to be on board with that.
Her in-laws are a little controlling and making digs at her when she's like tending to.
Probably like trying to tell her how to parent, or like,
Her
yeah.
Honestly, and I can relate to that because even my dad makes digs at me.
Oh no, and you're like,
When
really?
well, it's
think
not
he
really
sees
making
the-
digs.
Yeah,
it's
but
like, it's like making fun of me. Like,
I can see like how grandparents would do that because they think they know what's best. So I see.
And they feel like that's
And they don't
theirs.
see it as a dig.
yeah, like for example, my dad always makes fun of me for how I dress Elena. He thinks that he thinks that I'm making her way too hot. I'm bundling her up way too much. Like, she's sweating, she's suffocating. Like, I think he gets hot, so he thinks my baby is, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I dress her appropriately for the weather, but anyways, I would maybe talk to,
You want to talk to your husband, right?
yeah, talk to your husband and just tell him, like,
He
how
needs to be
that
on
makes
board. You
you
can't.
feel. And maybe he can talk to his mom and, like,
The
tell
thing
her.
is, like, I don't
Or-
think his mom is gonna, like, that's the
Just
way,
the way they are.
that she
Yeah,
knows.
she's probably not gonna.
Like, you don't need to think
guess
that
you're
your
right.
your mother-in-law's gonna change. You have to change the situation.
When you get comments like that from them, I think you just smile and nod, say, oh yeah, that sounds great. Like, I'm glad that worked for you when you had babies, and then you just do
Yeah.
whatever you
Well,
want to do.
should she move out?
I think she should.
Well, some people don't have that option, you know?
I know, but I mean,
No, I think that's what she's wondering. Will they be offended if she moves
Yeah,
out?
that's what I think she's wondering too. And I think her husband isn't on board with moving out.
Well, I would definitely want to move out too, girl. So
Yeah.
I totally feel that. But
I would literally just do what's best for you. I think sometimes we think way too much into other people's feelings and we forget about ourselves, and then you end up making
that's
yourself
true,
miserable.
because this is your life.
Me and my boyfriend are in a long-distance relationship. He's in the Middle East and I'm in North America. Financially, he is really reckless. There are times where he hasn't been transparent with his finances and work. I love him, but sometimes I worry that my future can be really rocky with him and stressful. I imagine how much more secure I would feel with someone in North America that has a steady job and no recklessness with thousands of debt. What should I do? Well, I think like one main thing about like being in a relationship is like being with someone who like makes you feel safe
And
someone
secure.
secure.
Trust.
Yeah.
And that, like, finances is a huge thing in a relationship. I mean, you can't
It might
just
not
ignore
be,
that.
yeah, it might not be now since they're long distance, but
once you get together.
Yeah, she's
I think
foreseeing
she's
the
smart
future.
for thinking of like, oh well.
Smart girl for thinking like that.
Yeah. I feel like that's more than just financial issues. That's like trust issues and honesty as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. If it were me, no matter how much I would love someone, you have to kind of think of yourself first. Like, you've built like yourself up so much and you're like getting ready for marriage with a guy, and if he brings on all of those things, like, they become your issues too. I don't want to say you can fall in love with anyone, but finance is a big part of it, and like love isn't all that makes a relationship necessarily.
Right.
You know, there's so many things. Like,
There's respect. I mean, you definitely have to have respect for your husband, and how can
And if
you...
you're like thinking, oh my god, he's spending all this money, like I wouldn't respect that. And think
then
about how that would transcend like with like having kids and a family. Like,
And think
he's
about
supposed
like
to be-
if y'all are one and all of your finance, I don't know how people do it, but if you combine your finances after you get married, and then he's gonna be reckless with your money too.
I would
mean,
say
that's
you need to find someone.
Because I think that's a character issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more than just a financial issue. We can't tell you, like, obviously, like, break up with him for that, but
I think
just a lot
it's
to think
definitely a
about.
red flag.
Yeah, for sure. Like, very much red flag.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Okay, hey Lena. So I have a bit of a dilemma in my life. I've been engaged for a while, but have been with this guy for 2 years prior. I've always voiced my love languages when the other person is thoughtful and we talk throughout the day or even recap a phone call to talk about our day. So like words of affirmation. Some weeks he'll do great and make me feel loved. Other weeks we can go days without talking, or we'll send a text or two a day. I don't want to feel like I'm nagging on him to talk to me. Is this something normal? You went through an engagement, or do you think it's normal? What would you do if your needs aren't being fulfilled?
So they don't talk every day?
Yeah, she said some days they'll talk all the time, other days it'll just be like a text or two.
Is he, like, so busy, like, in school? Like,
Yeah.
See, I don't like that excuse, because I feel like no matter how busy someone is, you can't have a 10-minute phone call conversation.
I think it's...
yeah, that's so true.
I would definitely be upset if my significant other was going, like, days without talking.
She's asking, like, is that normal? No,
I don't think
not
that's normal.
Honestly, I would feel the exact same as her, because my love language is like 100% words of affirmation. And if Omar did not talk to me for a whole day, I feel like our relationship would have literally been. I would have told him, like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah.
She says she doesn't want to feel like she's nagging on him.
Which
I
I totally get
understand
that
that.
too.
I don't feel like that's nagging. I just feel like he's like not putting in the effort and kind of being lazy.
I think that some guys are just so clueless, they don't understand how important it is.
Yeah, you literally have to, like, spell it out for them.
Yeah, I don't think it's that he doesn't care. I think that that's just not his love language, so he doesn't realize that that's important to you. I remember this whenever Omar and I were kind of going through that as well. He was working a full-time job while going to school full-time. You know, he was exhausted by the end of the day to have, like, a long conversation.
Yeah, I
but
guess
we
it
still
just
talked every day.
It depends what his job is, like what
he has going
on really depends on.
So you could try to be a little bit more understanding depending on his situation.
I think her feelings are normal though.
Oh, yeah, I feel
your
you,
feelings
girl.
are normal.
That would make
but
me
don't
upset
make excuses for him if you're feeling unfulfilled in your relationship.
Okay, this girl said, I just wanted to ask you and your sisters for some advice. My boyfriend and I have been dating for almost 2 years now. We both talk a lot about our future and settling down together. I have just completed my degree and feel like I'm ready to take the next step and get married. However, whenever I bring it up in conversation, he tells me it will happen when the time is right, inshallah. I've also been feeling the pressure with my family a lot recently, as they're not comfortable with us dating and it's starting to get unbearable. We are so happy. I just don't want to feel like I'm asking him to propose and really want it to come from his heart. Any advice on how to not go crazy waiting? They've been together for 2 years.
I feel you, because Omar and I were together for 5 years before we got engaged, and I was like literally like, hello, like I'm gonna have to find somebody else if you don't.
I
like,
know.
Hurry up. Like, girls are always like in more of a hurry than guys are. And did she say how old she was?
She's in her early 20s, so she just graduated college.
I feel like they need to have a conversation and maybe set a time frame.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys, like Lauren said, like they want to make sure that they have all their career in line and everything like that. But then like girls are always in so much more of a hurry. So maybe just like having that conversation.
Yeah.
Saying,
Yeah.
okay, by, you know, next December, or, you know, have like a deadline so that you know, like, okay, I know when it's gonna happen.
I think she feels like we've been together for 2 years, and I want you to feel like you need to propose. You're not just like used to, like, you can just take your time, like, oh, inshallah, when the time is right. Like, I would be feeling the same
She's
way.
like, no, like, yeah, exactly.
And that way you can tell your parents, like, okay, we discussed, and by this time, that way they have a time frame too.
So they're not like nagging her. She said it's getting unbearable, which I can understand.
I totally understand that.
It makes like your relationship, even if you're so happy, like.
And every family does it different, but that's why we did our Untitled Chapter like a couple of years before we got married. That way it's not unbearable. That way we do our religious marriage, and it's like
you can be together.
You can be together. You can, like, you know.
I'm sure that's what she wants.
I know that's what she wants.
It's hard. That stage is very,
That's hard.
very
Oh my gosh.
Because you want to feel
really
like
hard.
your man like wants you, not like you're like.
I remember when Lena was going through that, and I was too young to realize.
She was like, she just wouldn't understand like why I wanted to get engaged.
Yeah, I don't
so
think
bad.
any of us understood.
And then when I was old enough to be
in the same situation,
then
she was like,
Lena
okay,
was
we've
like,
been together for 6 months. We gotta chop.
Lena's like,
But that is so hard, girl, and I feel for you. And I'm hoping everything works out.
Inshallah.
Seriously.
Okay, here are the final results with the gingerbread houses. This was literally so much fun. Highly recommend to do this activity with your cousins, siblings. Go ahead and tell us in the comments which one you think is the best. Lena, Lauren, or Amanda. Actually, Amanda, yours is really cute. Look at that wreath. Mine has like 0 color, but I guess that's kind of my personality anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for sending in your questions. Thanks to Everlane for sponsoring today's video, and we will see you guys later. Bye. Bye.